Welcome to Michinori, Journey of Life. This is Nadia Sakurai, the creator of this podcast series. Every week, I'll take you along on a voyage filled with ups and downs as we listen to various people share their experiences of their careers and life endeavor. The voices you will hear are of those who have successfully found their calling, be it in the field of art or entrepreneurship. Did they always know what they wanted to do? What were the challenges they faced? How did they reach where they are now? Buckle up as we venture these questions and more. This week, we'll be journeying into the life of Jonathan Zeidan.
Hi, my name is Jonathan. I go by Gangistirr online. I'm 31 years old and I stream on Twitch. I consider myself more of a variety streamer. So I have a lot of things. I stream different things. So during the week, I usually mix it up between two games, Dead by Daylight and Street Fighter 6. But on the weekend, I'll do something a little more special. I'll do really long variety streams where I take chat suggestions and then we vote on games and then we do a variety stream based on the votes. It's very fun. I love it. I think it's a lot of fun. You build community. There's people who come and hang out with you like regularly, and you guys chat, share stories, jokes, and you guys play games and you joke around. It's just like playing games but with people to talk to. I started streaming in May of 2020. Yeah, over 3 years now. Wow. I have one friend he started streaming on Twitch, and like a year later, COVID happened. And then my other friend's like, hey, I'm going to stream on Twitch too. I think it would be fun. And I watched him. I'm like, yeah, that looks a lot like a lot of fun. And then Melissa, my wife, she was like, oh, John, I think you would do really good streaming on Twitch. And I was like, are you sure? Like, I don't know. She's like, no, I think you would do really great. It looks fun. And I'm like, okay, let me give it a try. And that's how I started, just like that. So the first few, it feels like you're about to do a presentation in school, right? You feel really nervous until you actually start talking, and then the nerves die down. It's just because, you don't know anybody, right? The only people you expect to show up are like maybe a couple close friends, but you never know when someone you don't know is going to show up, and you just have to talk to a stranger, basically. So it feels really nervous. It's like doing a presentation. Because you're like, oh, what do I say? Oh my God, when I first started, I streamed something around 4 to 5 times a week, and now I do 4 days a week. And it took me like maybe 1 or 2 months for me to like stop feeling nervous before I hit start streaming. During the stream, it probably took me maybe just a couple sessions. And then I started to feel a little more comfortable because people I knew would show up. So it was a little easier for me to have that conversation started. But those nerves, when I hit start streaming, a couple months at least. I worked at a call center, so I was already used to talking to people I didn't know. It's just when you're on video, it just feels different. You can't see them and there's no purpose, right? Like when you work at a call center and customer service and all that, people are like, oh no, you should have like those skills. But at the same time, there's a purpose. You know why someone is calling you. On Twitch, you don't know, like, is it going to be a troll? Is it going to be a nice person? Is it a kid? Is it an old person? Like, how appropriate do you have to be? Everything. Like, you have to take into consideration anything. I've had my fair share of trolls, people who come in and, the first thing they want to do is just insult people and cause trouble because that's just what they want to do. But it's not everybody. And there's more fun and good people on the platform than there are, like, people who just want to cause chaos. So, yeah, as long as you're inviting, people will gravitate. Streaming, when I started, it wasn't new by any means, but at the beginning of COVID, people started really getting into streaming. So I probably missed the hype bus by like, if I would have started 6 months earlier, I probably would have like really gotten a lot of hype from it. So you could almost say it was easier back then to gain a following and a viewership, but they've also made a lot of changes to the platform to make it easier now. So it's kind of weird to say like it was easier then, but it's also easier now, but for different reasons. I think the most challenging thing for me, like starting stream, was deciding what kind of streamer I wanted to be. Do I want a theme to my channel? Like some people stream one game forever and that's it, right? They build their community based off of one game. And that's why I kind of like did one game during the week and a variety over the weekend because I didn't know, right? I was like, what path do I really want to take? And yes, that's like the hardest thing other than just starting. Starting was obviously the hardest thing because you have nerves to get over, but it's really deciding what kind of streamer you want to be. And there's no right answer, honestly, to what kind of streamer you want to be. Just do what you want. But if you want to grow, there's certain things, right? Like if you play a different game every day, it's going to be hard to build a certain community, but it could still happen. And people do it. It's just, you have to kind of decide that niche to give people a reason to come back. Oh, I love this game. I'm going to watch you play it all the time. Like for small streamers, like some people would say, just talk. Don't let it just don't be silent and just playing games because people won't know how to start a conversation. Talk about the game you're playing or what you're doing and someone will comment eventually and then you could start a conversation, but don't just sit there in silence and play the game because you only have a couple of seconds when someone clicks on your channel before they decide if they're going to stay or if they're going to find someone else. The thing the thing is that's really tough about it is there's no algorithm. It's not like Instagram, YouTube. There's like you can't like do something special and then to boost your stream up. There's no algorithm like that. It's a lot of luck for someone to happen to scroll down and find your channel. So it's like where you place your camera so that on the thumbnail they can see if you have a camera or not and what your title is and just little things like that. It's very luck based. It's kind of high and dry, but recently they've announced things to help streamers. Like they're gonna do like Twitch shorts that you could scroll through on the Twitch platform to find people. Like if you see a funny clip, you might be like, oh yeah, I'll follow that guy. That's hilarious. Because right now there's no way to do that. So right now it's like that funny guy might never be found, but they're opening up new ways for discoverability, which is what's really exciting for the platform. Because there's no algorithm, I'm like, I need an avenue. I need an avenue where I could get people to discover me and then come to my Twitch or whatever. So at first I was posting like just raw Twitch clips to see how that was doing. And then I'm like, that's kind of like boring. No one wants to watch just raw Twitch clips, depending on what they are. So then I started editing some of my clips to see if I could get more engagement. I started a little segment to review some of the games I played. But yeah, really the reason why I started doing that was because I wanted another avenue where I could attract people to my Twitch channel. It was to replace the algorithm that was non-existent. To be honest, I was uploading like my game reviews on my YouTube channel along with Instagram and TikTok. And Instagram and TikTok kind of just like the participation on those platforms were higher than YouTube. YouTube was really, really hit or miss. You could get like a 500 view video and then a literally 1 view video the next day. It was kind of weird. So I didn't really like keep posting on it, especially because it wasn't friendly, like uploading it on your phone or on your PC. It was weird. So I stopped really using it for now. Twitch has a program called the affiliate program. So you don't make any money on Twitch until you've reached a certain amount of followers, viewers, and chat members. That's like people chatting at the same time on your stream. And so once you hit that, you join the affiliate program. Then people could subscribe to your channel and you make a bit of money from that. And I mean, like, unless you're super huge, you're not living off of this, but it's just a little change that you could use to like buy a nice microphone or whatever. And so yeah, I remember like the day I hit affiliate, someone donated my first dollar just because they wanted to be like that first dollar. That was really memorable. And another really memorable moment was my big 30. So 30th birthday, I decided to do a stream. And everyone was like, John, let's do a drinking stream. You guys should drink alcohol. It'll be really fun. So I was like, yeah, that's going to be really fun. And like, obviously I hadn't drank in a long time because I didn't do any social drinking during COVID or anything. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to drink this. And that was way too much by the end of it. So, so it was like, I was like really drunk at the end. People were like panicking. They were all worried. They were calling my friends to get me to stop streaming. My friends called Melissa. They're like, oh my God, John's drunk. Make sure he ends stream. It was like almost like everyone started panicking but me because I was just like too drunk. So I was like cool with it. but it was like looking back on that, it was like, yeah, everyone remembers that. Yeah, for sure. Definitely a legendary stream. So in the horror category, the kind of weirdest game I played was a game called Happy, and it was almost like being on an acid trip of like colors and cartoony, and it's super weird. You like go through the dream of a child who's like being tormented by nightmares and demons. And on the non-horror side, I think the wildest game was a game called Prison Simulator. So you play as a prison guard, and you get to name a bunch. You get to like choose and name a bunch of the prisoners. So we just chose like a bunch of people in my chat to be the prisoners. But in the game, you have to like beat the prisoners and stuff like that. So I was just like beating up different chat members whenever they misbehave. There's legwork. You got to socialize. You got to get into different communities if you really want like people to come to you, you know? If someone's showing you some love, then you're going to want to show some love back. So if, you build that relationship with someone and their community, and then your community kind of connect. So Twitch has a feature. It's called rating and shout outs. So on Twitch, let's say, oh hey, you're a Twitch streamer too. I'm like, hey, this is my friend, and I could do a shout out, and it'll show up on my channel, and it'll say, hey everyone, go follow, and then your name, they were playing this game. So it's just a way for me to show off that you're a streamer and that people should go show you some love. And rating is when, let's say I want to finish stream. Well, instead of just turning off my channel and my, let's say 20 viewers just go do whatever they want to do, I could send them to a different channel. So it's like I'll sometimes will look for other community members who play the same game as me, and I'm like, this guy looks really fun. Let's go raid them. So I'll send all my viewers to that guy's channel, and usually like everyone has these notifications and alerts on their channel. So there'll be alerts saying, hey, John is rating you with a party of, and then hopefully my chat members who want to participate will come in. They'll have a special message that I designate. They'll be like, hey, we're rating you from this guy's channel. And then some people will follow, and it kind of hypes up that other person's channel. I feel like mostly smaller streamers use it between each other. It's just a great way to share your community with someone else. And it's just a good way to pass around the love. Definitely made some streamer friends. Absolutely. Like, yeah, you need a couple people. Like I said, you get regulars, and some of these guys are cool. Like, they're cool guys, and they come down, they talk to you every day, you talk to them every day. Like, when it's been 3 years and you're talking to the same people, you tend to make friends. I actually had one come down last weekend. He's from Syracuse, and we just hung out, and he helped me film some stuff. Oh, it was fun. We were filming like some scenes for a short film that we wrote on stream with me and my chat members as a community thing, and so he helped me come film it. I'm going to be uploading that to my YouTube channel, and it's something I started in the winter, but it was too cold, so I didn't want to film, and then I went on vacation, right? But it was fun. Like, I would take a bunch of suggestions. I'd be like, what kind of killer do we want for our film? And they would like give me 10 or 20, and then we would vote down the list until we had just one winner. And then I'd be like, what kind of film is it? A slasher, a ghost movie? And then we would vote. And then I'd be like, how many deaths do we want? So it's a short film, so let's go with 3. And then I would take like some suggestions, and we just like put it together, all like everyone together. It was a fun community thing, and I think like when I get like 2 or 3 in, I'll know like how much the community really likes it and how much I really like it, since it's something I've never done before. Yeah, I'm excited for it. My first friend that I told you like started streaming maybe a year before I did, or at least 5-6 months. He started off really small streamer like I am now, and he definitely like throughout the years he's grown his channel, he stayed consistent, he went down the path of streaming one game and one game only, right? And I mean, like, he hasn't done anything super special, so like he's doing exactly what I did, but he's grown a lot. Like, he's grown pretty big, 500 viewers, things like that. And that's inspiring, just knowing that, consistency, and it can work. Yeah, you have to be lucky for some things, but, it's luck, but it's not only luck. It's about consistency and community building. He's really into the community he's in. He plays a game called Black Desert Online, and he like participates in other people's stream. He's always there. He's always playing, talking to people, and that stuff works. And it is inspiring to see that like becoming a big streamer isn't just, oh well, you had to join back then for it to really happen. It could still happen. Honestly, the advice that I could give, I think there's three pieces of advice, I would say. The first one is the most obvious one, is just start. What's the worst that could happen? If no one comes to watch, let's just say no one comes to watch. Well, you still spent your 3-4 hours playing video games, right? That's not that big of a deal. You don't lose anything for starting. You might as well just start if you really want to get into it. The second one I would say is, like I said this before, is talk. Just talk, just talk about what you're doing in the game. Take a 5-minute break and then keep talking again, or something, anything. Just explain what you're gonna do, or at least create that level of engagement so people will want to talk back to you. And the third one I would like to say, and I mean, it's not possible for everyone, and it's not a surefire thing, and you don't need it, but it really helps, is it's a schedule. If you want to start, instead of just being like, oh, I'm gonna play 1 hour here and then I'm gonna play 25 minutes there, or I'm gonna do 5 hours today, just have a schedule. Just be like, yeah, I'll stream Mondays and Thursdays, and then stream Mondays and Thursdays. Because when people know when they could come, they're more likely to come back than to have to like check their phone every day to see if you're online or not. Just if you have a schedule, people know when to come and they're more than likely to show up. One thing is, like any other platform, you're gonna get, hey, why don't you pay me? I'll design your stuff for you. And you get that a lot, because you'll even get DMs in your Instagram. Hey, we're with this person. We want you to. Don't feel pressure to do anything you don't want to do. If someone comes on stream and says, you should do this, or you should do this, or pay me for that, or just don't feel pressure to do anything, right? Like, you're the one who's in control. Don't let someone else come in and control your channel for you. The social aspect, that's definitely the best thing about streaming. It really is like making new friends. The way I started is like, I started playing a game that my friends don't play. So Dead by Daylight was the game I started with, and none of my friends played Dead by Daylight. So I was by myself. I was alone playing this game. And when I started streaming and I built that community, it's like now I could talk about a game I really enjoyed with other people who really enjoy it. And then we talk all the time. So it's really the social aspect of it.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Michinori Journey of Life. There's so much to Twitch streaming than what meets the eye. Building a community and making friendships along the way, John has shared with us just how life-changing taking the first step can be. Make sure to follow along John, aka Gangistirr, if you're interested to learn more about him or his Twitch streams or the short horror series he's currently cooking up. To keep up with his journey or to reach out to him, make sure to follow John on his social media accounts listed on the Michinori webpage. His tag handle is @Gangistirr. Visit www.nadiasakurai.com/Michinori for more podcast details. You can find the website URL in the description. If you like this episode, make sure to share the podcast or tell your friend about it. See you on the next voyage!